Namaste. Now we'll see what is email etiquette. You know what is etiquette? Okay, let us see. When writing an email, always consider we have our audience and our intended purpose. We have to consider our audience who is going to read the message and the purpose also. That is very important. It must fit our writing. And the manners also must fit with our writing to suit the intended audience and purpose. Emails sent to close friends and family members can be a bit more informal than emails sent to an instructor, to a work colleague, to a business, or on behalf of the business. There are countless tips for email etiquette and to include or not include in an email a few common tips we need to follow. Now we'll see some of the tips for email etiquette and to include or not include in an email. They are like this. Use the subject line to indicate the content of the email. A subject line such as "Hey" does not provide any insight into the content of the email and does not give the recipient a reason to read it. So you better use the content line or subject line to indicate what you are going to tell. Okay, then next be concise. We have to limit our email to one topic per message. Keep the email short, perhaps what can be read on a typical computer screen without requiring the reader to scroll down. Okay. Then be careful about using the reply all feature. When a message has been sent to multiple recipients, your response may be relevant to only the original sender, not to the entire recipient list. Don't clog the other recipients' inboxes with messages they do not need. Okay, they don't write like that. They do not read. Such words should not be written. Okay, then next is include your contact information. You have to provide details about yourself, maybe your mail, maybe the phone number, telephone number, or mobile number, whatever you have. Many email programs allow you to include a signature, something which includes your full name, the name of your company, your phone number, and your mailing address. All this, if possible, you have to include. The next, the tone you think you are using in your writing may not be what the reader perceives. Choose your words carefully and avoid typing in all capital letters. Jokes and sarcastic comments may be interpreted differently than intended. Using all capital letters is the email equivalent of shouting it is. You may choose to use an emoticon such as a smiley face, all those thumb impressions, so many things are there that you can take flower and all this. But remember that emoticons look unprofessional and do not take away the sting of a heartful message. Okay, then you can see the spelling and grammar count. Your email presents you and possibly your company to your reader. So present yourself well through your writing. Then don't write in capitals. Writing all capitals seems as if you are shouting at them. It might get an unwanted response and come across as rude or aggressive. Then what next we have to do, we have to see is pick up the phone or walk down the hall. Some topics are better expressed in person or verbally than through an email. Anything that's personal, sad, or shocking is better discussed in person than through email. Then better you go for telephone or mobile to discuss some emotions and all this to express. Okay. Then email is not private. Remember that. Whatever you write in an email can be forwarded to others. According to Laura's tax, anything sent Our email at work is considered company property and can be retrieved, examined, and used in a court of law. So, when you are in the company, especially or in workplace, then whatever email message you are writing, it is treated as a company property. That's why better don't write personal or private messages during working hours. Okay, next we have to wait. If it is possible that you misunderstood an email you received and your gut reaction might be to fire back something snappy. Remember that the pushing of the send button last moment. Its effects can last a lifetime, right? If you just push it, if you scold at them, if you are shouting, if you press the button send, it goes. But the impact or impression would be last longer. That's why before sending anything, you must be very cool, and you have to wait. You must be patient. Then you read over here once, twice, and you see that there is no any misunderstanding like that. Should be that is patience or wait, if you can say. Then fill in the receipt box last. Few things are as embarrassing as sending a message to an unintended recipient or hitting the send button before you are initially writing. Sometimes what happens, you are not willing to send message to unwanted person or unintended person. Or sometimes what here, before completing the writing only, you are just hitting the send button. It goes. Then that's why what you have to write is first you have to recipient box should be written last. Okay. These are what are the some tips what we have to follow while writing email. Now let us see what is email security. You know that email security describes various techniques for keeping sensitive information in email communication and accounts secure against unauthorized access, loss, or compromise. Email is a popular medium for the spread of malware, spam, and phishing attacks, using deceptive messages to entice recipients to divulge sensitive information, open attachments, or click on hyperlinks that install malware on the victim's device. So, email is also a common entry vector for attackers looking to gain a foothold in an enterprise network and reach valuable company data. That you have seen, email security. So many hackers are, they do the hack of the email and all this, and the communication also, sensitive information in email, accounts information. If they are accessed by the another persons or hackers, it's a great trouble for us. That's why it must be secure. So email security is necessary for both individual and business email accounts for both the individuals and the business. It is very essential. And business email accounts, and there are essential for business email accounts also, and there are multiple measures of organizations should take to enhance email security. It is to be taken. Then we'll see why there is a need for email security. You know that due to the popularity of all email as an attack vector, it is critical that enterprise and individuals take measures to secure their email accounts against common attacks as well as attempts to unauthorized access to accounts or communications. Yes, so malware sent via email messages can be quite destructive. Phishing emails sent to employees often contain malware in attachment designed to look like legitimate documents or include hyperlinks that lead to websites that serve malware. Opening an email attachment or clicking one link in an email can be all that it takes for accounts or devices to become compromised. Phishing emails can also be used to trick recipients into sharing sensitive information, often by posing as a legitimate business or a trusted contacts. Phishing attacks against businesses often target departments that handle sensitive personal or financial information, such as accounts payable or human resources. In addition to impersonating non-vendors or company executed, attackers will try to install a sense of urgency in phishing emails to increase their chance of success. So, phishing emails aimed at stealing information typically will ask recipients to confirm their login information, control their login information, passwords, social security number, bank account numbers, and even credit card information. All these are very important for personal life, individual life. That's why we have to safeguard them. Some even link to counterfeit websites that look exactly like that of a reputable vendor or business partner to trick victims into emerging victim or financial information. Now let's see. Now let's see enterprise email security best practices. What you have to do? There are multiple ways to secure email accounts and for enterprise. It's a two prolonged approach encompassing employee education and comprehensive security protocols. Best practice for email security includes engage employees in ongoing security education around emails security risks and how to avoid falling victim to phishing attacks or email. That is to be done. Require employees to use strong passwords and mandate password changes periodically. Then utilize email encryption to protect both mail content and attachments. Implement security best practices for BYOD if your company allows employees to access a corporate email on personal devices. Ensure that the web mail applications are able to secure logins and use encryption. Then implement scanners and other tools to scan messages and block emails containing malware or other malicious files before they reach your end users. Then implement, if possible, a data protection solution to identify sensitive data and prevent it from being lost via email. Okay, now let us go to the end user email security best practices. You know that there are also some important best practices that end users should follow to ensure secure email usage. Arming your employees with the know-how and to avoid risky behaviors can make a substantial impact on your company's ability to reduce risk associated with the email. So, email security best practice for end users or employees include never open attachments or um, click on links in email messages from unknown senders. Then change password often and use best practices for creating strong passwords. Never share passwords with anyone, including coworkers. Then try to send as little sensitive information as possible via email and send sensitive information only to recipients who require it. Then use spam filters and antivirus software. When working remotely or on a personal device, use VPN software to access corporate email. Avoid accessing company email from public Wi-Fi connection. That's what to do. By educating employees on email security and implementing the proper measures to protect email, enterprise can mitigate many of the risks that come with email message usage and prevent sensitive data loss or malware infections via email. Okay, we have come to an end of the chapter. Now let us Conclude this chapter. Thank you. Thank you for the patient listening.